Oh, got it. We're good.
All about timing.
Hey, I'm getting better, even though it's taken us quite a while, but I'm getting better.
That's okay. As long as
That's
we're
okay.
here and we're live.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all that matters.
Welcome to the show, everybody. This is Hitting the Chip with Jake and Jordan. We got an exciting show for you guys. Like we said, we're going to kind of keep on this train of talking with champions from this past season. And we've got a new person that not too many of you know or have gotten to see a whole lot other than this past year with Eric Rhead, traveling all the way from Salt Lake City, Utah. Super glad he was able to come on the show. Dude's awesome. I'm really excited for this conversation because there's still a lot that I don't know about him personally as well. So I'm really looking forward to this one. But we'll kind of give her a little introductions here, and then we'll bring him on and start the show. So I'm Jordan Smith, the driver of the 13S Modified, and I'll kick it over to this guy.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Jake Smith, driver of the 89 GAM and co-host of this here Tuesday night podcast. Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking to Eric. I haven't talked briefly in tech or, just walking by and stuff like that. But yeah, looking to get to know him, the man behind the wheel, behind the helmet, a little bit better, and how he decided to come to Colorado National Speedway. So yeah, looking forward to having him on.
And then we'll kind of once we get done talking with Eric tonight, we'll get into talking a couple of the other little subjects. We went to Winchester this last weekend, so we definitely want to kind of take a minute to talk about that. That was a crazy experience, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that, and then we'll also have some other announcements about future episodes. So with that being said, buckle up, get yourselves ready to go. We're going to give a little shout out to our presenting partner in AAA service, and then we're just going to bring him on and we're going to get right into it. So stay tuned. Here we go.
I know he's down there just making noises, stalling. He just put so much work into keeping this act going.
Hey. Yeah, Mandy's still home. Her friend's gonna pick her up like any moment. Can you do like a loop around the block or something? Perfect. Okay. Yes. All right. Thanks. See you soon.
There we go. All right. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Hey, thanks. Hey, thanks for having me. I like the commercial, man. Check this out. This is like big time.
This is big time.
I usually just am on the phone. I don't have like a face for, podcasts or anything. Sorry guys. You can black it out if you got to. Put a picture of the car or whatever. But yeah, that was a cool commercial, man.
Oh,
creative.
We appreciate that. Yeah, we try to do the best that we can with this here show. We've been doing this for 4 years now, 3 years, something like that. So
since 2021, yeah.
Yeah, 2021. So yeah, but welcome to the show, my friend, and glad you were able to come on. I know you're kind of in the midst of working as you were speaking prior to the show, but yeah, we're super excited to chat with you.
Yeah.
But
yeah, well, I appreciate you having me on. I apologize. I'm out driving truck, unfortunately, and had to pull over. You guys are on the side of the road in Burley, Idaho, right now. I know you guys are really excited about that. So,
Where is Burley, Idaho?
It's probably 10 hours from y'all. It's I would say the southeast side of Idaho. So yeah, not too bad.
All right.
I get a truck today. We've been really busy at work, and I can't complain because I've been driving semi-truck way more than I usually do, and so here we are. But yeah, let's talk about racing. Work sucks, man. So,
I agree.
All right.
Yeah.
So we normally kick it off. We just want to get kind of a little bit of your background. Give us a little bit of insight to how you got into racing, what got you here to where you're currently at. Give us a little bit more insight into who you are as a race car driver.
All right. Well, I'm glad you guys, I can bill you by the hour, so plan about 10 hours. But no, I've been doing this for a long time, man. that's what it kind of crushes me when I talk to Cade how young the kid is. I'm sitting here thinking I've been doing this for longer than the kid's been alive, and here he is kicking our butt. But yeah, I've been racing since I was like 16. I actually raced before I had a driver's license and had a race car before I had a driver's license. But I'm old enough. This is way before, like the kids racing karts at 6 years old, and quarter midgets at 8 and legends at 10. Like, I'm old, man. Like, we didn't do that, and so I had to wait till I was 16 to race. We actually lied, and I raced when I was at 15. We kind of fudged the birth certificate there, but I got the opportunity to race when I was young. I didn't have like a lot of money. Like, I don't want you to think, wow, racing late models or something crazy like that. We started out in an old junky super stock that should have been crushed way before I got it, and we tootled around in that and got our training wheels, I guess, and did that for a real long time. Yeah, so that's how we started, and we started all back in Salt Lake, and when we had a track. I know you guys know about RMR, but I don't know if your viewers do, but it was kind of a mirror to CNS, I guess. So
Yeah.
I would have
Yeah.
loved to race that track. We
so
wanted to,
yeah,
wanted
I
to, but
apologize. I got phone calls. Block that stuff. So
spam, ignore.
perfect. We still got you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We're
I
good.
know. Okay, cool. Okay, all right. And so we started doing that, and I've been plugging away racing ever since, man. Racing's like a drug. It's good I found something so I don't have to have anything crazy like that. But man, once you start racing, I can't kick it. I don't know about you guys, but it's been rough, man. Been doing it forever.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely,
yeah.
man. Like once we got started, it was just a snowball effect. You just get deeper and deeper into it, and your passion grows harder, and then like we got my kids into it. His nieces are into it now, and it's
Mm-hmm.
second full-time job. I love it though. Like, I wouldn't have it any other way.
It is.
Oh yeah, I got a picture of
Yeah.
the old
No, it is.
modified at CNS. That's
Oh, nice.
that's the old man.
Oh,
You've been around it for a long
I
time.
see. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I started. My dad started. I was gonna say my dad started racing when I was like 13, and he had a buddy get him into it, and so I kind of got to help him with that on it. He had a nice car though; it was like a cool street stock. Mine was not a cool street stock, but that's kind of where we got our feet wet. And then he bought me a car when I was 15, and then I was so awful. He realized that he could not afford for two people to race because of as much stuff as I tore up and broke and crashed, and so he got rid of his car. And thank heaven to him to keep me running for a year or two. And I was awful, man. I was the worst. I was so awful. And after about 2 years, he's like, "Listen, son, I can't afford to pay for this no more. I don't have interest in it anymore." And he decided he was done with it, which was fine. I got, but I kept plugging away, and obviously over time got a little better. So there's hope. If anybody's listening and you think you're awful, there's hope. I promise. There's light at the end of the tunnel. So you just gotta keep digging. So, but yeah, I was tired of sucking after about 2 or 3 years of doing it, and we said, all right, I'm gonna go start talking to the people that are way faster than us. That's probably a good start. And we just kept plugging away and trying to get to know the right people. And man, before I knew it, I was 21 or 22, and we were winning lots of stuff and started getting some good sponsors. And we were racing super lates real early, and in my opinion, probably too early. But we were racing touring super lates, and man, once you start doing that, it's over, man. You're hooked. It's game over. So.
Absolutely. What was the super stock that you drove? Like, what kind of car was it? Was it a Camaro or?
It was an 8. Well, my dad had the cool Camaro. I had like an '80s Monte Carlo that coil springs all the way around, and
Yeah.
it was actually it was a hand-me-down car, and she was pretty rough. But I think I crashed down the wall. I don't know, like 15 times, and I'm talking not soft. Like one of the times I bent the clutch pedal with my foot. I don't know how that happened, but it was bad, man. So the axle broke out as I was coming out of the corner. The axle broke out, went underneath the car airborne, and did a 360 in the air and hit the wall in the air. It was pretty epic, and it was even practice, so it was really cool.
Even better. Even better.
That's when we finally retired that car. Yeah. So, but yeah, after that, we were able to hook up with the right people, and it's worked out since. So, yeah.
So
I mean, I can elaborate on anything you want. I can tell you super stock days. I can tell you late model days. I can tell you touring days. I can tell you I had to go work in the oil field to pay off credit cards because I had it so bad that it didn't matter what it took. I had to have it. So I got as many credit cards as I could get, and then I finally had to take a year off and go work in the oil field and get myself out of trouble because racing got me in trouble. So
holy shit. See, that's dedication right there. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Credit card companies start
yeah,
saying,
well, some call it dedication, some call it stupidity. So
I go with the latter. Like, it's kind of stupid, but at the same time, like, it's fun as hell. So
do what you got to do.
yeah, no. Yeah, no, I wouldn't change it for the world, man. I do so many cool different things racing, and to make it right. All of us tried to make it, and I got to the point I thought I was going to, and just didn't. I got the opportunity to go back to North Carolina and test for a team right when my daughter was born, actually, and that didn't pan out. And I thought that was going to be our break, and we've had a lot of big corporate sponsors over the years, and it just didn't quite pan out and make it, and so. To the age where I just want to go out and do fun stuff now, and obviously racing fun stuff. And we love modified so much. I've driven all sorts of cars. We've driven our cars and super lates and street stocks. Well, figure eight's a blast too. I did love running figure eight, but modified's just what I like to run, and that's kind of what drew us to Colorado in the short long story. So, but yeah, we're running modifieds, and we got into the the Loop Soil Modified series. I don't know how familiar you guys were with that.
oh yeah,
They got up to 30 plus cars. Yeah, they got up to 30 plus cars in that series, and we bought a modified from S actually to go run that, and thought we were going to have a lot of success because we're a touring super late model championship, and got in the Lucas and got humbled, and then kept plugging away at it, and the Lucas disappeared. And we have to travel no matter where we race. We're out of Utah, and so no matter where we race, we get to travel. And when the Lucas started dying out, I didn't see driving 13, 14 hours with 5 or 6 cars, and I don't want to say that's part of the problem. That's how it dies, but it gets really expensive, and so we stopped doing that, and we switched over to a series called the Royal Purple Modified Series. Weird, right? They're a little closer to us, and had a lot of fun with those guys, and I think we won at least one championship with those guys, maybe 2. I don't remember. But they kind of died out, and so we started running our that same modified. Switched their Division 1 class over to the modifieds for the NASCAR stuff.
Yep.
We ended up switching over and running that, and it's like, all right, well, let's compete for a national championship. I know we're competing with the guys back east, but let's see what we can do. And I think it was 2019 or 2020, and man, I think we won like 15 races or something that year. We didn't won and we finished like 70th in the nation or something. Wow, all right, that was awful.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah, and so we actually,
wins, but
yeah,
to finish like 70th with that kind of a record,
yeah.
damn.
Oh,
Did we lose him?
I think we
Maybe
might
we
have
lost him.
I think his service just dropped out, or his
Oh.
phone died.
That could have been his phone because he was talking. He was talking prior to the show that um, he had to plug it in because he was only had like a couple percent left. So bear with us. Sorry, everybody that's currently watching. I'm sure he'll make his way back onto the show. But holy cow, didn't quite know that about him so far. Like even just a little information that we've kind of gotten to dispel a little bit.
15 races and he was 70th in the
15 wins.
yeah.
Could you imagine that? Like, and
That's-
then
I mean,
still not even be in the top 25, top 50.
yeah, we don't even get 15 races, and he won 15 races and still didn't even get in the top. Wow.
Yeah,
What's
that's
a man
insane.
got to do to get in the top of the NASCAR points? It's 15 wins. That's
Something.
crazy.
Something. Holy cow. I mean, and to go from super stocks up to super lates, I mean, that's a huge jump in itself. But
Yeah. Go to
but
an
hey, the man's
8-inch
got a lot of
Comanche.
talent, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, go from an 8-inch Comanche to straight up to a 10-inch slick. He's probably like, "Oh my god, this is like a friggin' Cadillac."
Oh, absolutely. Could you imagine? Let's see here. Oh, I think he's trying to jump back on. Here we go. There he is.
You guys got me?
We got you.
Somewhat.
All right. Somewhat. All right. I don't know how I lost you. I haven't moved, guys. Jeez. No. Well, I kept rambling on, so hopefully you guys got some. Why don't you tell me what you got? Questions? Where are we at now?
Oh, we were just kind of talking about your 15 win season, and then it kind of just cut out, and then it dropped you for that part of it.
Okay.
But as far I do have kind of a question because about the Royal Purple series and whatnot. What have been kind of some of the takeaways that you've had running in all these different series, like some of the positives or some of maybe the negatives that you can speak to running in all these different series in comparison?
You know, I would say racing is a small community, right? And everybody really does know everybody. And the one thing I'd say, especially the other racers out there that are listening, is, man, I know I don't want racing to die. I hope everybody wants it to succeed. And so when you get caught up in racing or all your emotions going around, just don't be a jerk to everybody, man. These poor guys running all these series, they just get their asses kicked. Like, it is awful how bad these guys get their asses kicked. They can never be right. They can never make everybody happy. And if everybody just wants to complain and argue, that's what killed everything that we ran. That Royal Purple series that ran that series, his name's Todd, and he is probably one of the best guys I've ever met, man. He's doing it. He ain't making money doing it. He's got his kid out there. His kid's, in 30. He's got his kid out there flagging. He's got his wife officiating. He's got volunteers helping, and they just get blasted. And it's awesome to get to go race, and things aren't always going to go your way. So just try to understand what these people are doing. That's the first thing I'd say, because it's tough out there, right?
Right.
And then with it, if you can and you're in a situation to support something you like to do, try to do it. And I've been in that situation I've raced for people and been able to do that stuff. And man, support it when you can. And if you get the opportunity, travel around. I mean, we've ran in Washington, we ran in Oregon, we ran in Idaho, we ran in California. Like every state in the West that I can think of, we've ran in, and we've, fortunate for us, we've done it long enough. We've won in every state too, which is pretty cool. But just go out and have fun. Find something you like to do. Support the people that are being good to you, and that's what's going to keep racing alive. And I know that's what I want. So.
Oh, absolutely. And that's a really good point. I mean, Jake and I have been kind of fortunate to do some out of town racing over the last few years, and even just going out and watching different races. Like we were telling you, we went to Winchester this last weekend, and it's crazy to think, because a lot of people are like, hey, where are you from? We're from Colorado. They're like, you're from Colorado? What the hell are you doing out here? It's like, we love to watch it, and what racing's going on out there. And then it kind of, the best form of advertising is word of mouth. And you talk to people, and you got, what kind of programs you got? Well, we got super lates, we got modifieds, we got super stocks, we got all kinds of stuff. Come check it out. It's just spreading the word and just trying to be polite and help people in our community get a little bit more recognition across the country. Oh, there he is.
Absolutely, man. And hey, I'm here. Yeah. So in doing these podcasts and supporting these podcasts, stuff like that it's huge, man. It goes a long ways. And you know, I can't thank everybody that's involved with it enough. So thanks to you guys too. So thank you. I appreciate it. Now that I know you exist, I got 8 hours of driving. We'll try to listen to some. I'll listen to the reruns. So
oh, for sure. There's some episodes that you could go back, and I'm sure you'll get a laugh or two. Me and Jake we're kind of dumb sometimes, and we try to bring some light to situations. But
yeah,
very good. Yeah. Fair enough.
We used to be together with another gentleman the last couple years, and earlier this year we had kind of had a falling out on a lot of our good episodes where we had tons of viewers and all kinds of interaction and stuff with it. Like Ed Vitrielli now, so we had like Ed Vitrielli on there, Chris Mueller. We had Jim and the new ownership on there, and unfortunately we didn't get to download all those.
Oh no.
Yeah, to hang on to those, because those are some of our best shows, especially with Ed and Chris. Those episodes were fun to listen to, because like you're doing right now, they just had so many stories and things that they can bring back with memories, and oh my gosh, they're fun. They were funny.
Yeah.
And to keep cruising down memory lane, I know that you competed this year, not only in the modified, but you also brought out an ARCA car this year. So tell us a little bit more about that whole setup and how you got into that.
Oh, well, when I was younger, I wanted to make it, right, and just like all of us did. And back in that time, it was K&N West that was going on, and we had the Brendan Gaughan, and then Harvick just got done in that series, and you had all those. That's something I've always wanted to do, and racing, and been able to make better responsible decisions with money. We've been able to acquire some ARCA cars, which is not a responsible decision. Anybody out there, don't acquire ARCA cars. They're not a responsible decision unless you have a big passion for it. But that being said, we did, with the last guy that I used to race for, we were able to get an ARCA car and go out to Phoenix, and we attempted to race in Phoenix. We had a brake issue, and I backed the car on the wall in practice. And that guy was very upset with me. That car needed a clip, by the way. Made it all 7 laps. They don't do well with no brakes going in the corner down in Phoenix, in case you were wondering. But that being said, I ended up buying all the racing stuff from him when we've done our last business venture. And so I have acquired a lot of ARCA cars. And so we've wanted to go ARCA racing. We just haven't been able to put everything together. And so, just like you guys know, and probably everybody listening to the show, racing is another full-time job. Like, you can plan on spending 40 hours a week working on your race car, and if you don't spend 40 hours a week and you lose at the track, only be mad at yourself. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. But anyways, with that, yeah, we started a business about 5 years ago, and I haven't been able to put in as much time racing as working on the race cars, right? And so that's hindered us doing ARCA racing. It's funny, I was told when you have enough money, you don't have enough time. When you have enough time, you don't got enough money, and that is 100% true. And so we're working on our ARCA program. We're supposed to have our car done to race Vegas, but we've got a new ARCA car getting built right now, and it didn't happen, but we do know the guys in Vegas, and I don't know if you guys know who TJ Clark is. He used to be the promoter in Vegas and until last weekend. Sorry about that, TJ. But that being said, they did acquire an ARCA car and knew we wanted to run Colorado. And I told him, oh no, my ARCA stuff's going to be ready. We're going to race there. And about 2 weeks before the race, he called me and said, I think ARCA car's not ready. You want to run ours? And so we kind of put a deal together to be able to run their car and at least make an ARCA race this year. So
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
But I don't. Yeah, I don't have a ton of ARCA experience. We ran. I think we crashed in Phoenix. I don't count that as going. All that was an ash chewing bit on the car. All that's really what that was. But we ran probably 4. But we're trying to get our car together. So
Yeah.
Nice. Good.
Yeah. Jake, did you have a question? Sorry, you look like you had a question.
We'll have to once we get our stickers, we'll have to send them an official Hitting the Chip alumni and have put you a little spot somewhere. Put us a little spot on the car.
Yeah, let's do it.
You know,
so,
it's really funny.
Yeah, so I don't want to say our. Oh, go ahead.
So every time we've had somebody on the show, and this is no joke, usually the following weekend that they race, they usually win.
Mm-hmm.
So just putting that out there in the ether for you, that if you end up, getting yourself out into a car here pretty soon, luck is on your side, my friend.
What do you guys doing the week before the open wheel showdown? 'Cause that's really what you don't talk about stories. Oh my God. I got so many. It's awful. I got stories about crashing cars. So last year, did you guys go to the open wheel showdown last year?
We did not come down there. No.
Okay. Well, this intelligent individual right here bought a car. We actually bought a car. The weirdest story. So the first time I've ever been to Colorado National Speedway was last year. Okay. I'm one state away. I travel 15 plus hours to some of the racetracks that we go to. I've never been to Colorado. Now, how that happened, I have no idea. But a super and we were driving back, and it happened to be over the 4th of July weekend. And we were driving back, and we were like, "Hey, it's 4th of July. We ought to go do something. We're ahead of schedule, and we know some people with sprint cars." And we're like, "All right, well, let's go to the sprint car race, and it's kind of close to our house, and we'll just stop there." And so we stopped by Colorado last 4th of July. And the reason why we were buying super late model stuff is because I just sold all of my modified stuff because I didn't want to race with 6 cars. I was racing with 6 cars. I don't want to do that. If we're driving a minimum of 4 hours, about super late because the car count's been decent now. It's been growing. But anyway, so we're driving back from Indiana. We stopped in Colorado for the sprint car race. And we're sitting in the stands, and y'all are running modifieds. And it just so happened there was 24 or 25 modifieds on a weekly show. And I'm like, holy shit, I love modifieds. This must be like a big show or something. So we went and I don't even know. I asked one of the modified drivers. I don't know who it was, but I'm like, hey, you guys get this many cars? He's like, oh, yeah. This is a normal night for us. Like, you're kidding me. And it was a weekend, so there's 12,000 people there, and I'm like, you know what? We're buying a modified. We're gonna come race Colorado.
Hell yeah!
We just drove to Indiana. In the stands, I sold that car and bought a modified, sitting in the stands in the pits at Colorado National Speedway on the 4th of July last year.
That's awesome!
Wow!
And so that's how we ended back up with modifieds. I don't remember what we were talking about. Oh, okay, that's where we were. And so we bought that modified, but in the stands, but it didn't have the motor put in it and stuff. So we went and picked it up, and we were going to try to make the SRL show, and we just didn't quite get it together. And we got it together, and we came and ran the last race with you guys, and
Right.
We ran like 20 laps or whatever. But I was like, wow, they really do get 20 cars. Cool. And so we took that car to the open wheel showdown, and we went out and practiced. I think like the first 2 or 3 practices, we were never outside the top 5 fast, and it had a lot more in it. And it just so happened, like I think it was like the Thursday night, I went out for the last practice, and I forgot what I was doing at the end of the straightaway and walled that car and had to front clip it. And so we need left for the open wheel showdown. So you sent that sticker, I need it.
Well, and you did really well because you made the show, and then you had to start kind of towards the rear, didn't you, in that race last year?
Story. So we were running last year. So we bought that one car that I bought in Colorado.
Yeah.
And the guy that built it, he only built 5 of them. Is all that there is of them. And we were getting ready to go to the open wheel showdown, and I'm like, well, I still got some S-Star cards. I don't have any cars. Like, I don't have control arms. I don't got nothing. Mm-hmm. And so we need to make a big order. We got to have spare parts, right? Or we're in Idaho racing a late model, and one of the guys that owned one of these modifieds was there. I just went up to him and I'm like, hey, what are you doing with your modified? Oh, nothing. Like, all right, well, do you want your rent? And he's like, well, yeah, I do actually. Like, how much do you want? And he told me. I'm like, all right. So we bought a car at that night too, and we ended up picking that car up in Vegas the week we went to Vegas. And so we picked it up from his shop. It didn't have a seat, but it had everything else in it. And so we picked it up and just put it in the trailer because I'm like, well, if we need any parts, we'll just push it out of the trailer and we can pull the front end apart or whatever we need to do.
Right.
Well, I was an idiot and crashed our first car. It was not like the motor was pushed back, like it was junk. And so we went out and welded seat brackets in it that night. Everybody stayed there till 2 or 3 in the morning. We welded seat brackets in it and tried to switch a few things over suspension-wise, and then just plowed our way into the race and did what we did. We didn't have our best qualifying effort, but the car, and we knew it too, the car had a little baby fuel cell. It had like a 14-gallon fuel cell in it, and I was worried we weren't going to make it on fuel. Like, I was already sweating it, and so we didn't, like, we filled it to the top, and, like, we fired up and just raced. Like, I didn't warm up the engine or anything, and we got up to something like that and ran out of fuel.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Got it. Holy shit.
No. Yeah.
That's racing, my friend. Like, that
Yeah,
is the craziest story I think I've ever heard. Just buying a car in the stands and then going to pick up another one and then using it as a backup for parts, and then you have to race the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we've had some bad nights, my friend, but we usually turn them into okay deal. We're really gritty, and that's I think why we have so much success, right? We're really hard to say no and hard to quit, and probably everybody watching your show knows who Mike Tyson is, and he's got a good saying: if everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth, which I agree with, and I that's why I love Mondays, because I take Monday's ass, and then the rest of the week goes good. But I think at everybody that we race with, we're really good after we get punched in the mouth to recover and have a plan, and it takes a lot to really rattle us. So.
Oh yeah.
Even I got another thing. How much more time do we got? Another crazy story.
Oh, we got plenty.
It was this year. Okay, so this year, this will tell you. Okay, so we're trying to get ready to go to Colorado. We just got the car back because I got a clip. Imagine that, because I crashed it, right? And we're trying to get the car put together, and I've got a few crew guys. I've got one that's super, like, there all the time, does everything, like, awesome. Dan, I don't think he's listening, but I'll make him. But Dan's the man, right? He was on vacation the first race for Colorado, and I was working out of town. Me and the wife were working out of town, and, we make it back in time to, okay, we just got to load the car, get everything in the trailer, and we'll go to Colorado. And we'll leave on Friday night. We'll drive, 3 or 4 hours, sleep for a little bit, and then wake up and get to the track by noon on Saturday. Everything will be cool. And, that plan didn't work out very good way. And so, anyways, me and the wife finally left Salt Lake it was probably 10:30, 11 o'clock by the time we get everything loaded, ready to go, which is fine, not a big deal. And so we're driving to Colorado. An hour into the drive, as we climbing the hills. You guys know I've got a pretty nice trailer and motorhome because we travel a lot and we've accumulated over 20 plus years of racing. But anyways, we're about an hour and a half away from home, and it is an air operated brake system. How it works, it's a semi brake system, right?
Yep.
And the truck's alarm goes off, and we are going to lose brakes and have be able to go nowhere here real soon. And luckily, we just pulled up into Evanston, Wyoming. I don't know how familiar you are with that, but there's nothing from Salt Lake to Evanston. It's just dead zone. But Evanston's like the first, sign of life. So we just happened, the alarm goes off, and we roll into the Flying J parking lot at the fuel pump at like midnight, and the truck is broken. Like, we're not going nowhere. I'm like, oh shit. So I got me and the wife, and I'm like, okay. Fuel pump, I'm like, okay, we got two options. Either I can try to fix this, or we just get to and we don't go to the race. And
Oh no!
Oh no! Right at the
Oh
good part.
man, it's like the build up to the kicker, and then it just crapped out on us. I'm sure he'll be right back on here in a second.
Yeah.
But
Watching the movie, and all of a sudden they go to commercial right at the good part. Like, damn it!
it's so true.
Yeah.
It's that build up anticipation, and boom.
Mm-hmm.
But holy crap, that's a crazy story about coming all the way back from Indiana and then just stopping there on a whim. I mean, how lucky are you to come stop on the exact night when it's the most crazy and the most packed as far as fans go and
Well, and then to sit in the
entertainment factor.
stands watching the race, and you're on your phone, just like, oh, I just sold my super late model. I just bought a modified, just sitting here.
Just
I
sitting
wish
there
I
in the
could say
stand.
that.
Oh man, that's awesome. I mean, but still, that would get me motivated in a sense. If I stopped at some random racetrack on the way, oh, let's go check it out, and then it's sprint car night, modifieds are packed, 20 or 12,000 plus people in the stands, like yeah. And I mean, yeah, a lot of a lot of people watching this show right now, I'm sure, have never seen this show before. So, if you get an opportunity, looks like he's going to try and pop back in here. So, yep, there he is. All right, we got you.
me, because this is a good story. You guys, okay, this is how close we were to not racing Colorado this year.
Okay, continue.
Okay, so we're at the fuel pump, and I'm talking to the wife. I'm like, all right, we can either fix it or try to fix it, or go home, because we're only an hour away from home, and the tow bill will only be a couple thousand because we got a big unit, right? And I'm like, all right, well, let me get out and see what we got going on. So we pop the hood on it and figure out we got a major air leak at the turbo, and that it's got an air actuator that makes the turbo work on it. And I'm like, all right, well, I can try to fix it, but the problem is I've got my race box there, and I don't know about you guys, but I don't have metric pull bar. I've got two, one for the alternator and one for the starter. So I have zero metric pull, and that's what these engines require, right? And so we got the hood open, and it's on the turbo, so I'm trying to let it cool off. I'm trying to find vice grips and a hammer and a chisel so I can get this turbo actuator off the semi-unit here, and the people from Flying J come over and say, hey, we can't have you working on semis at the fuel pump. I'm like, well, then I don't know how you're going to move it, because it ain't going to move. And so either I can work on it, or you can call a tow truck and tow the shit out of here, but it ain't moving. Like, okay, well, just try to get moving here soon. And so I am able to get this part off of the turbo with a pair of pliers, a hammer, and a chisel, and but I have to tear it apart. Okay, so it's a turbo air. I got a part because it's leaking air. I don't got parts for it anyways, but we're going to try to figure something out. And so because to tear it apart, it's got tamper-proof star heads on them, and I don't got that on my race car either. Weird. And so I'm cutting all the bolts, grooves in them, so I can take a screwdriver to tear it apart. So I tear it apart, and the diaphragm is ripped and not sealing. Well, the only thing I got's black silicone right stuff, right? And so I right stuff that bad boy and put it all back together with a, screwdriver and pair of pliers. And sure as shit, at 3 a.m, I got the motorhome to start and hold air. And then it was decision time again. Okay, do we just go home if we can make it, or do we send that shit and drive to Colorado? And so we sent to Colorado. It's 3 in the morning, and I'm tired, and the wife's tired, and so we only drove for like probably another hour, and slept. And so we went to bed at 4 in the morning or so, but we're still like a long ass ways to Colorado. And so we slept for like 2 or 3 hours. We make it to Colorado, and then we deal with the parking. And CNS, I love you, but your parking, I don't understand it. I still don't. I don't know why I can't get one. Anyways, I have a pretty big trailer and a very big motorhome to park, right? I'm like, this ain't gonna work. So we show up and we're in the back 40 or whatever, and it's just me and the wife. And so we're like, all right, we gotta get the car out, put the shocks on it, da 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 da. And I'm not used to y'all's schedule, and so we're trying to get tires, and we're trying to mount the tires because we didn't do that, right? And so it was a disaster. That whole weekend was such a shit show. And I think we qualified in the top 5. I think we finished like 2nd or 3rd or 4th or something in the fast dash. And we finished 4th on the race. And generally, I'm really disappointed with a 4th place finish. I'm just like, man, we missed. Man, when we were done that night, I was so tired. I didn't even have a drink. My wife was like just ready for bed. She was done with everything, right? And we were driving home on Sunday, and sure shit, we made it all the way home, but that was the happiest I've ever been for a 4th place finish. Like, I was like, we got home, I'm like, I think we won this weekend. We made it home without a tow bill. We didn't put a scratch in the car. We're ass kicked, but wow, we made it. And so that's how our first race started this year. But we were that close to like just bagging it and either towing home or bagging it and going home. And we just stuck with it. And then at the end of the year, so that was the first of the year, right? And so at the end of the year, we have work in Las Vegas, and our customer reached out and said, hey, we really need your help. We've got some opportunity for you, and we need you to grow down here, which is great. That's amazing. I love those phone calls. The problem with that is I didn't to go down and make everything happen, which that's naturally what you got to do, right? But for the last 2 years, driving my truck at nighttime, working during the day, all of this in Vegas, away from the race, really making it back to Salt Lake to grab the motorhome and trailer, head to Colorado, and then we had to fly to Florida for a work conference one of the times, and one of my pick guys had to drive the back. This work's been so busy, and man, we were hanging on by a shoestring in Colorado. I don't know what to say, man. Just grit, I guess.
Oh, absolutely, man. Like, and super thankful that you made it all the way out. I mean, you know, it was a lot of fun to watch you as well, because we, at least for me, I know that I've known about you over the course of the last like few years, you know, seeing your cars floating around on social media and everything, and saw the success that you kind of had, and then to have you come out and compete with us, and then get to know you a little bit. I mean, what better story? And then you come out the first year and you whip all our asses. I mean, that's even better. But but man, that's
I don't know if we whipped that. Yeah, I don't know if we whipped ass. We were on the ropes a lot. I remember the second to last race. I don't know. I know what happened. I made the wrong call for the main event, and we started 4th. But I thought, you know what? Why don't we just go to the very back and then see if we can pass everybody? Because that'll make it real damn easy to make sure Kay don't win the championship, right? And so I totally screwed up what I did to the car in between the race and at the start of the race, and we fell back to like 8th or 10th or something. And we were running down. Jake was running, and he was second, and Cade was winning. I'm like, gosh damn it. Like, as I'm watching the scoreboard, and I'm like, okay, we made it to 5th. We got to pick another one off. Okay, we got to pick another one off. We made it to 3rd, and I caught Jake. And on the last lap, I was watching what his car was doing right, and I'm like, okay, this is how we're going to pass them, and so on and so forth. And Jake did a great job. Not taking shots at Jake, but as you race with people, you kind of know their tendencies, right? Well, I haven't raced with you guys enough to know your tendencies, and so I went to make a move on the last lap, thinking he was going to do something, and he didn't, which was fine. He didn't do anything wrong, but it made me, have to do an audible on the last lap, and I didn't pass Jake on the last lap. He got me, and the whole time I'm thinking, I just lost the championship because I made a dumb ass decision when I caught this car. I made the wrong decision, and I didn't race with him enough to know what he usually does. And so, I don't know. It was fun to get a race with everybody, and you and what you do in their tendencies, and what you can do. We got to race with everybody in Colorado, which is super awesome, and everybody that I raced with was super respectful, and that's what somebody like me want to come back, right?
Yeah.
If I come there and everybody's a bunch of jerks and my stuff gets tore up, well, no, I'm not gonna tow and come race with you guys. That don't make no sense. But when we get to come and everybody was real cool and helpful and race you with respect, and you get a lot of cars, that's what makes somebody like me want to come race with you guys. So.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, my spotter that whole time after Cade passed me, which I gotta tell you about Cade in a second, but my spotter's just like, all right, Eric's like 5 back, 4 back, 3 back, at your bumper. He's trying inside. Now he's trying outside. Quarter panel, door. Get him. Like, son of a bitch. I don't know what else I got to do.
I love it. It's
halfway through that race, and I was just hanging on for dear life. Like, please don't pass me. Please don't pass me. I really want to. I need to place just for Cade came up to me before the race. He's like, "Hey, you got to help me. We got to keep Eric behind me." I'm like, "Hey, I'm going out to win, motherfucker.
Uh-huh.
I don't know about you, but behind me." So, because I knew I was starting outside pole, and he's like, "I'm like, here's the deal. I'll keep Eric behind you as long as I get to win the race. So if you catch me, you better not pass me. As long as he's behind you, just let me win." And then he passed me. I'm like, well, fuck. I was almost going to lift when you and me were side by side coming out of 4. I was like, little fucker. But
he went back on his deal.
well, yeah. That's funny. Well, I'm glad you didn't lift, but yeah, it's funny. Every man's for himself, man. And so we, I have a teammate that does come with me every once in a while, and he's pretty rough. He's called the Hammer, right? And man, it is so like we can work on each other's car, but he cuts me zero slack, like none at all. And so I know the second to last race, that same race, one of the guys came over. It's like, God, I thought the car that was going to wreck you was the one you brought with you. I'm like, yeah, we raced pretty hard, but that's why I like bringing them, because I know I can race them as hard as possible. And I know if we get into each other, it isn't anything but us just both wanting it so bad. And once we're on the track, I don't give a shit who you are. I just want to beat everybody. You know what I mean? And so it's funny how that goes. So
oh, absolutely. There's no love lost between us, even being brothers. Like, I've wrecked Jake before every level of racing that we've ever been a part of. He'll attest to that. Like, I've dumped his ass a few times, and he gets up swinging.
Oh yeah. We get told when we start next to each other, like, just don't race each other. Like, if someone's got the edge, just let them have it. Don't. And it's like, but really,
Yeah.
I want to beat him just as bad as he beat me. So I don't know. I'm gonna try and get the edge. So.
Yeah, it's funny how that goes, man. Everybody's buddy till you get on the track. So.
Oh yeah.
But.
Oh yeah. All right, man. Well,
yeah.
So what we're gonna do right now?
That same car owner.
Oh, go ahead. No, finish your story.
No, you're all good. I was gonna say that same car owner that I had for the ARCA car, I backed that car in the wall in Phoenix. He wasn't very happy. So the year after we won like 15 races, and they NASCAR announced they were going to do the region champions too. We ended up racing at our Division 1 track in the modifieds, and we won a lot of races that year too. We actually were third in the nation coming into last weekend, and I had a really bad last weekend. That's another story. Like, barrel rolled a car, knocked out, caught on fire kind of deal. But during that year, I was racing, my teammate, and we were racing for the lead, and I got underneath them, and he swears I wasn't underneath. Anyways, we ended up crashing, and the car owner was so damn mad at me. He's like, every time you get around him, you guys better not hit each other. I'm paying for both those damn cars to be out there. So yeah, I got those stories too. Yeah, they're rough, right? So,
Luckily,
anyways, all
I've
right.
only bent one of his quarter panels before in a modified, and then I had to go fucking
Yeah.
fix it.
Yep.
So
It was on a new car too, and we just put the quarter panel on, so it was like some racers, like you said, you find their tendencies and stuff, and there's a couple of drivers that I'm not trying to bash them or anything, but they love getting into your quarter panel, and it's just like, God damn it, I'm tired of fixing quarter panels. So quarter panel, I was like, you fix that son of a bitch. I'm tired of fixing.
And Jordan's out somebody is what you tell me. Good to know. See, I'm learning racing right now.
Exactly. If you don't have a Nerf bar on the quarter panel, I would suggest putting a Nerf bar on the quarter panel. Just saying.
Good to know. Good to know.
yeah. What I will say real quick, because and we can continue on with the stories, but I wanted to start letting people know that they can start shooting off questions. So if they have anything for Eric, go ahead and start putting them in the comments right now, and we'll fire them off as we continue this conversation. But I just wanted to let everybody know that we'll start taking your guys' questions if you have any. So yeah, so this kind of becomes some of the fun part of the show, because there's some doozies. But as far as competitors go over time, since you have a shit ton of races underneath your belt, what was your most challenging competitor? Like somebody that you like you were just talking about, that you could race against hard, that really challenged you, pushed you to your limits, and really took you kind of into another level realm of racing.
So we've got a race with a lot of really good drivers, man, and we've gotten our asses kicked by a lot of really good drivers, what I'll say. And the more we can pick up from them, the better. One of the guys I really enjoy racing with, and I wish I got to race with him more. We got to race with him in the Royal Purple Modified Series for a year or two, and he doesn't race a lot anymore. He just gets paid to work on people's stuff. But Trevor Christiani is one of the people I really like racing with. He is a badass. He knows what he's doing. He races you hard. He races you clean. I really have a lot of respect for him and his dad. And he's got little brothers that we race with every once in a while. And they're cool kids, man. They are kids. They're I don't know how old they are. They're Cade's age, I bet, but they're definitely kids. And so he's one of them. We've got a race with a lot of really good people in super late models. John Newhouse is one of the guys we've got a race with for a long time. He's out of Idaho. He is tough to beat, man. And I mean, I could list off 100 different people, but those two come to mind. And Steve Jones is another one out of Idaho. It's just lights out fast everywhere. And we've got I've been really fortunate. That's the one thing I'll say about racing is I've got to experience a lot of things that people would die for, right? And I've been able to do a lot of those things. And everybody wants to make it big, but I'm real happy with all the really cool things I got to do and all the cool people I got to race with and all the cool places I got to see. I mean, it's just crazy, all the cool things that I got to do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Makes for a lot of great stories, that's for sure.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, it does. So, but yeah, Trevor's definitely one of them. That's for dang sure. I had he was my Cade Fox before Cade Fox. I had a kid that we raced with in Idaho. His name's Zach Telford, and he started racing with us in modifieds when he was 15, and we got to race with him for quite a long time. We actually beat him in a championship last year on a tie, but we had more wins. And so the last 2 years, we've won 2 championships by a combined total of 1 point. But we beat Zach Telford last year on a tie, and he's a real good kid. He just turned 21, which it was crazy to see him have a alcohol like legally in his hand this year. It was crazy. We got to race with him twice this year, and I was like, you ain't old enough to give me that. And so, but I felt like we got to. I don't want to say mold him, but we're able to, help his craft, I guess would be the best thing to say. And he's a real good kid. He's a good kid. His family's great family too. So
Awesome. Our first three comments are all pretty much the same question, just formed a little bit differently. But I'll kind of sum it down to a very simplistic one here for you. So, what's your plan for next season? Are you coming back?
Oh, oh man, that's a loaded question, man. So it was funny. Last year we had an interview with NASCAR. They asked me the same thing, and I said, "Man, I've done everything I want to do. We're gonna buy a Legend." At the time she was my girlfriend. I'm like, "We're gonna buy a Legend for the girlfriend, and my kid's son's gonna get a Legend, and we're gonna let them have some fun." And then sure as shit, man, I think I've ran like 20 races this year, and the girlfriend's ran the Legend 0 times, and so I don't know, man. I want to run some ARCA races. We definitely like supporting the tracks that have been really good to us. And so Emmett, the Motorplex at the Mill is an awesome facility. If you guys have a bucket list, that better be on there. You let me know. I'll take you guys there. It is just a kick-ass place. They are great to us. They treat us like kings. And so we'll definitely run at the Mill next year after we see their schedule. And I want to do some ARCA stuff. And I got a soft spot in my heart for a modified. And so after we look at some schedules, we'll definitely be back to Colorado. I don't know if it'll be a full year or if it just kind of depends on how schedules lay out. But we like going to the tracks that are great to us, and Colorado has been good to us, and the Motorplex is amazing to us. And then I still got that pipe dream, man. I'm like a little 5-year-old. I can get it out of my head. I want to run a little ARCA races here and there, but just have fun, man. I think just keep having fun and keep winning races. And our goal was to win a race in Idaho, Colorado, and California this year, and Nevada. And we only won in Colorado, and so I guess I still got a shot at Nevada. But we like to get the schedules, look at it, and see how we can lay them all together and get the biggest bang for our buck. I'm used to racing, 20 plus weekends a year, and so we try to see which ones we can compete for championships with, and try to mesh them together and see if we can have a shot at 2 or 3 championships in one year. And so I think we've won a championship every year for the last probably 7 or 8 years that we've raced.
Damn, dude.
So
Damn.
That's awesome.
And we thought Jeremy Wall and like Chris Cox was doing pretty good 3 in a row, and he's got 7 or 8 over the last few years. Like, damn, all right.
yeah, well, we've had to travel a lot, but yeah, we've been able to do it at different places and in different cars. That was kind of cool this year too. We got to run the Pro Late and the ARCA car and the modified. And I do have a lot of fun hopping into a variety of cars. That is one thing I like to do. And if the wife wasn't on here, I'd tell you I'd want to race figure 8 a race or 2 again, or at least practice one. They're a blast. So I wouldn't mind getting behind the wheel of one of those again. They're a blast, man.
Oh, we got quite a few figure 8 guys watching, I'm sure. So reach out to Eric Rhead if you want him to jump behind the wheel of one of your guys' cars. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. And so the one thing I'd say to Cade, I've lost one championship out all the years we've been racing, if we're in the top 3, we've always won a championship. I've lost one championship in figure 8. I've never won a figure 8 championship, and we lost it by 1 point. And I swear to God, we'd never lose another championship again. And it's been probably 20 years since, and we haven't on ones that we've competed for. But that only lasts for so long, right? I'm getting old. We're not going to continue that. But that was one thing I vowed to myself, is we're not going to lose again. And I hope Cade has that same attitude, because he's been a great kid with us. So.
Oh yeah, he's got a bright future ahead of him. He's a really good kid and very humble. You know what I mean? As you know, but I got another quick question for you. So the Mill, it's a fairly new racetrack, correct?
So last year was its first year, and we're going to run the Northwest Super Late Model Tour last year, because we sold all the modified stuff, bought a late model, and we're going to run the tour. And we started racing with those guys, and all those guys have been to all the tracks. Have been racing, 100 times. And first time for me to some of the tracks, or second time, and we were just getting worked, man. Like we were getting worked, and the mill popped up on their schedule, and it was a brand new track. I'm like, you know what? I'm closer to that track than these guys. We're gonna go to their opening race, and I'm gonna get a one race up on them, and we'll have a better notebook. So we're not gonna get worked when they come here. Like I'm not doing that no more.
Right.
And we showed up, and it was their very first race, their inaugural race, and we brought a 602 crate motor car up there, and their pro late models their rules are kind of goofy. It's basically a super late rule, but you got to run the 970. You still even run a 10-inch wheel, but other than that, there's like no rules. And so, like, we took our crate motor car up. They call it a pro late model, but you can run bump stops, you can run triple adjust shocks. It don't matter. It's 970 on a 10-inch wheel. That's their rules, but they'll give you a weight break with a crate motor car. Anyways, we showed up with a crate motor car, and we had people like Trevor Christiani there, and Jonathan Gomez was there, and I think Kyle Tellstrom was there. There was a lot of heavy hitters that had super late models. I'm like, oh shit, we should have brought the other car, because I left the Northwest car at home. We brought the crate motor car. I'm like, we brought the wrong damn car.
Yeah.
And man, everything went our way, and we won that race. And there was 20 plus cars there. We won the inaugural race with a crate motor car, just beat some really heavy hitters. And I'm like, well, none of the races conflict with anything. We're going to run the Northwest still, but let's run the mill too. Why not? I mean, they paid in cash. They treated us like gold. I mean, I'm like, wow. And so the track, it's an awesome track, man. It's an old sawmill, and the pits, you park in the old sawmill, so it's covered parking, and it's like 100-year-old building. And at the end of the sawmill, they have a bar, and like a full bar where they put on concerts. They've had Jelly Roll there, and like Brooks and Dunn, and they've had like real concerts there. They've got like a racing simulator there, and like outdoor bar games, so like horseshoes and like shuffleboard. So they got all that stuff there, and they've got a drive-in movie theater there. And so you go to the property, and they have a bar there. They usually have a band there Friday night. They let you practice Friday. They got a band there Friday night. You race Saturday. They open up the bar. The race winners bring the cars down to the bar, and they treat you like gold. And so after that first race, I'm like, hell yeah, we'll come back here. It don't conflict with anything. And so we ran that whole year. That was the last time I ran that car. We took the super late after that. I'm like, bag that. We're going to take, something with some horsepower. But we won half the races there. I think our worst finish was third, and they averaged like 15 cars.
Damn.
And it's just an itty bitty track. Like it's a quarter mile. It's hard to race. It's hard to figure out. And so, but yeah, last year was their first year, and we had a blast there. They treated us like gold. But then we bought a modified, and for some reason the schedules just conflicted every weekend. So we ran there twice this year, and it was kind of a mixed bag of results. We haven't finished outside the top 5 in anything we raced this year, except for the ARCA car in Colorado that got rained out. Everything else, we haven't finished worse than 5th this year.
Wow. Hey, tell them to throw the modifieds on the schedule up there at Mill for something, and we'll make a trip up there.
I'm working on it.
You had me at bar.
I'm working on it.
Race simulator.
yeah, I was sold. So they, I've been working on them. I think they have modifieds there, but they run a goofy rule package. They're called big tire modifieds. It's 2 970s glued together, no bumps. Their rules are awful, and so we've been working with them. They did a trial race there for open modifieds. It's a couple weekends ago, but we already had Vegas on our schedule, so we ran Vegas, and they ran their open deal. But I think we're going to get them to get a few modified races on there, some real modified races on there next year. So, but you guys will have to come. It's just, the place is just cool, man. It's hard to race, and it's not a real racy track. It's itty bitty, and like the late models got the side beat off of it, but it's a fun track. So
yeah, for sure. That sounds like a lot of fun, though. I mean, sometimes those little itty bitty tracks, because down south of here, for the longest time, I-25 Speedway was open, and it's a high banked quarter mile, and it's just fast and super tight racing. I mean, but there you could run high, you could run low and pass, but but it put on really good racing just because it was so small.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very good. Is that place still open?
Unfortunately, no. After COVID happened, it never reopened, and there was some things with the owner, and
Yeah.
And there was a group of people that tried to get some funds together to be able to even just like rent it from him for a season to put on some shows, and
Yeah.
he just
Or at least just one-off races.
yeah, and they just wouldn't do it. I mean, he just wouldn't take it, and who knows? I think it's more ego than it is anything else. But yeah, it's been closed for
Yeah.
what 5 years now. So
Hmm.
sucks.
That's too bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hate watching racetracks die. It's awful.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so everybody's listening. If you can support your track, go out. And if you got something to bitch about, don't bitch about it online. Just go talk to the people that run the place and see if you can't get it worked out. Don't be a keyboard warrior, all right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if anybody has any other questions for Eric. Trying to pay attention to the comments section here. But yeah, the biggest one was what your plans were, but I don't think I see anything else here. So if anybody's got some last questions for him here, fire them off. And then if not, I mean, man, I really appreciate you. Again, coming out and even just spending some time with us and learning a little bit more about you. I know Jake and I were talking prior to this. We're like, man, we got to get him on here and just have some conversations because, we've known a little bit about your track history and, but to get a little bit more insight, this is kind of like what the whole premise of this show that we do with our guests is just get a little bit more, not say personal, but just get to know you more as a person and like where you come from and your stories and stuff. Like that's the stuff we like hearing. And so it's been super fantastic that you've been able to kind of share some of that with us for tonight, at least. So thank you.
Well, yeah, I appreciate it, and we definitely appreciate if you're listening to this. You're always welcome to come over and talk, man. And we're usually running around. I don't bring a lot of people to the racetrack anymore, so we're usually busy. But man, come over, say hello, and if you, I know the modified guys know about the open wheel showdown, but anybody else out of Colorado, if you guys don't got anything going on that first weekend in November, I highly encourage you to go out to the bull ring. There's going to be some awesome racing. Talk about car count. There's going to be insane car count. I saw the trophy they're giving away last weekend, and I have vowed that we will sell my soul to make sure that we get that. And so we're going to give our best damn effort to see if we can't win the race. I know there's quite a few really good drivers coming out. I know Telstrom's going to come run the open wheel modified show. I've heard Dylan Capello's coming. I don't know if you guys know who Dylan Capello is. He's a crew chief on the 34 or 38 truck or something right now, but he's a hell of a little shoe too, man. I think Third Kettle's going to be there. I mean, all the big names from the West are going to be there. I think Strobel will be there. Winters will be there. You know a big name. They're going to be there racing, and so it's going to be one hell of a show for the modifieds. I know that, and then. I've been told there's going to be 70 sprint cars. They didn't disappoint last year, but we'll see how many show up this year. So,
Yeah, we're looking forward to that show for sure. Go ahead, Jake. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Between all the divisions, I think you're going to see probably 200 cars at least. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I've been told 350. I was actually on the phone with the guy doing the parking in Indiana last week because they've made the pits smaller, even smaller in Las Vegas, and so as you guys are aware, I got a really big trailer motorhome, and takes some room to get that bad boy in there. And so, but they've got the modifieds that I believe they're going to let 50 in. They've got the sprint cars, which there's no cap on that. They just want as many as they can get. But I've been told right around the 70 mark. They were telling me roughly about 30 super modifieds, but they did open up the Legends and the Bandoleros to come as well.
Yeah.
And Vegas already gets 30 Legends, and so I've been told they're going to have probably around 50 Legends and 50 Bandos, and so it's going to be packed. I know Kyle Busch and Brexton Busch are running the Legend race. They ran in Vegas over this last week, tuning up for the race, and there's going to be a lot of big names there, man. And so if you can swing it, it's definitely worth going down. It's cold though. Well, you Colorado people are used to it, but bring a heated jacket or something. It's cold. Last year was freezing, man. I think it's usually a party. I think last year we had one of the pay-per-view fights projected on the side of our trailer after the race while we were cooking for everybody. It was fun. It was a party. So come on out. It should be a blast.
We'll definitely come swing by because we'll be there. We got both my kids are racing with the bandos this year, so we'll I'll bring some Coors Lights if that's what you drink.
All right, you could. Oh, beer's awful. That stuff's awful. You just got to drink whiskey. Just get it over with. But yeah, you're welcome.
I was gonna say, judging by what you told us before the show started, I was like, I don't think he's a beer guy.
No, that stuff tastes like beer. Are you kidding me? No, you guys are always welcome over, and anybody out there, we do sell some swag. We'll have some swag there for sale, and I know a lot of the sprint car guys do as well, and definitely come over, say hi. We look forward to seeing you guys there. We like watching the kids there. It's awesome to see, these 5 to 12-year-old kids hop in these little cars and go around that big track. Man, I was thinking, my parents would have never let me do that shit, man. They yell at me when I rode my bicycle on jumps. Like, are you an idiot? They never let me do that, man. So
it just made you a better race car driver later on because once you finally got in the seat, you were able to let loose.
Yeah, exactly. There's no rules now, suckers. No.
Yeah,
Exactly. Oh, that's funny.
Go ahead, Jake. I'll let you kind of close it out here.
Yeah. Well, actually, I got one last question. Just judging and hearing from you about everything that you got going on with cars and stuff. How big's your shop?
That is a problem right now. I'm not gonna lie. So, I told you guys I got a problem. It's an addiction. It's bad news. Right now, and we're getting ready to go into winter, so we're trying to figure out storage. So I have 3 ARCA cars that are in Idaho right now. And we're supposed to go test that, not this Saturday, but the next Saturday, just do a shakedown, and then they're coming back to my house. And then we've got 4 modifieds in my shop right now. We've got 1 Legend, 1 Super Late / Pro Late model. I think that's it. That's it right now. And so and then the wife's Legend, that's in Vegas. I got to spread it out in 3 different states. That's how much crap I got. So we're coming into winter season, so we got to figure out what to do with these things and get the water out of them and all that stuff. They sleep inside, but it just might be inside a trailer that's parked outside kind of deal, if you know what I mean. So
I know exactly what you mean. That's for sure.
Oh man.
Yeah. So yeah, I've got a problem, man. It's bad. It's bad news. But that being said, I've got everything's always for sale. So if you guys know of anybody looking for something, I'm your guy. All right.
Anybody wants a Legend, a Super Late, modified, he's the guy to call.
Modified ARCA cars. Yeah, I got pit box. You name it. Yeah.
If I could write you a check for the hauler and trailer, I would. But yeah, I think that's a little out of my price range. My mom would love it. But...
Yeah. It's taken a long time. That's the only thing that ain't for sale. So it's taken a long time to accumulate that stuff. So, but it is. It's really sweet for us to be able to use to go out of town. It's made life a lot easier and easier to get buy-in from the wife, right? When you are trying to travel 12 hours in a pickup truck and live out of motels and stuff. I've done it for a long time, and it's hard on people, but the motorhome sure makes it nice. There's zero doubt about that. So
absolutely, yeah.
Park anywhere and sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Pull over
Flying J fuel pump, wherever, it don't matter. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. Well, ours is a little big to get into Walmart. It's pretty rough. I actually got that thing. My wife thinks that thing's like a Mini Cooper, and so when we're going and she wants food on the way there, which I get. We got to eat, right? But I get myself in situations sometimes with that thing. So
this is gonna fit into that Jack in the Box parking
yeah,
lot.
it's so weird. It's so weird. So you got to pre-plan for this, man. You got to pre-plan. You got to plan your stops.
Oh,
that's awesome. Well, man, we truly appreciate it. We're gonna let you go, and congratulations on all your success, and looking forward to seeing you here in a few weeks, and then at least for a few times next season. We'll definitely keep in touch and see if you can't get something put together at that mill. We'd definitely be interested in coming down there, and then if not, we'll cross paths, I'm sure, at some point. So
Oh yeah.
awesome. Well, hey,
Awesome. Well, I appreciate all your listeners and everybody. Thank you so much, and everybody's listening. And keep supporting this podcast, man. Support your tracks.
I
Thank you.
appreciate it. All right, man. Well, you take it easy and drive safe.
Thank you, sir. See you guys.
All right, see you, buddy.
Later.
Oh, that was awesome.
Oh man.
Man, some crazy stories.
3, 7. I mean, he's got 7 cars just from the ARCA to the modifieds, let alone the Legend, the Pure stuff, or Pro Late, Super Late. I mean, he's got what, 9, 10 cars?
He's
Holy
not
shit.
wrong, man. Like, it's an addiction. Once you
It is.
start going down that rabbit hole and
Sweetheart,
making smart bad decisions.
I need a sprint car.
Kind of like you and with dogs, right? Like you just show up with a new dog, and he just shows up with race cars.
Yeah.
Honey.
But the thing is with my wife, showing up with a new dog is okay. Showing up with a new race car, it's like, what is that?
You can't really hide that in the back of the
No.
car for a little while to gauge how she's feeling for the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you moving the trailer?
Yeah. Why did you just drive 12 hours with your truck and trailer? Where did you go? Nowhere. Yeah,
Rolling meth lab.
Yeah, right. For his wife to put up with all that stuff, that's great. I love it. And the fact that she wants to race a legend car, I mean, shoot, he'll need to come out for the legend cars race next year.
The summer showdown or
the
whatever.
summer nationals or whatever they got going on. Yeah, he'll have to bring that thing out there. Hopefully they put the modifieds on that weekend, so that way he can just bring his modified and she can bring the legend. And they both can race.
There you
That'd
go.
be pretty cool.
Here, look at this comment. Eric had a sprint car for a hot minute, but it was a dirt one, but he never ran it though. I mean,
should have kept it.
Hey,
Especially with that $1 million show going on next year for those 4 races. Damn it.
which yeah, we heard the people we were kind of talking to about that over this last weekend at Winchester. There's going to be quite a few people from that neck of the woods that are going to be making their way out here. We talked to Matt Dimmitt is going to be making his way out here in a sprint car. Those of you that might not know who Matt Dimmitt is, definitely go over to Facebook and search his name. He's one of the best modified drivers in the country.
Won the Midwest Modified Tour the last 3 years.
Correct. Yep. Won the championship, won multiple races, won the hot shoe this year.
Won the Prelude and the hot shoe this year.
Yeah. Kicked ass. But yeah, there's definitely some excitement from around the country for that particular series here coming up. Shoot, not much longer now. I mean, it's going to get closer every day.
Yeah, and I don't know if this particular person is watching now or if he listens later. I know if he can't watch live, he'll end up listening later. But you gotta love when you get with Adam Hilton in a atmosphere where he's not. I mean, he was helping a crew this weekend and everything, but it's good to have conversation with him outside of working at CNS, because there's lots of people he is around and talking to him. You probably get like a 5-minute conversation with him, and then he's off helping doing all kinds of stuff, which is great. But when you get him in an atmosphere where you end up staying at the same hotel as he is with Lee Kemet and
Emilio.
Emilio Abeda, you can get a little more conversation with him, and from what he's told us about the sprint car deal, man, it's awesome how that came about. I don't know if a lot of people know about how it came about, but I guess a bunch of investors kind of came together, one big one in particular, and this particular person owns a car that has raced CNS the last 3 years now, and won the last two.
More than that, yeah.
More than that, yeah. Bobby Santos's owner helped kind of get this thing going, and I guess really where it started is the fact that with the sprint car series that we run here, or just the sprint car show the last couple years at CNS, and how many fans show up for that, and then the fact that they went to Owasso this year and ran that big race, and they filled the stands there. That they were like, we need to put on a big sprint car asphalt show, and some people got together, put some money together, and they're doing a 4-race series. So
Yeah.
they're awesome. And the
What-
fact that we're the last show is even better.
Didn't
I
they
love it.
say they asked kind of the drivers what racetracks they wanted to go to, and
did.
pretty much all of them said Colorado National Speedway?
Pretty much every single one of them was like, we need to put CNS on the schedule, and it needs to be the last race of the year because it will be a packed house, and we want to have the last race be somewhere where it is completely packed. So
Yeah. So
kudos to you.
congratulations.
Yes, kudos to you fans and all you people that support the racetrack. Like Eric was saying, support your local race. You just never know if it'll die, or you're going to get all of a sudden a $1 million sprint car show showing up, and they specifically put this together because of your racetrack, and they want to have the final race be at your racetrack. And kudos to everybody that put that together, because I'm sure that was no simple task to get that done. So
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah, and speaking of getting a chance to just like sit and chat with Adam Hilton, they're going back to Winchester this last weekend. And we'll kind of touch on this briefly here. We won't take a ton of time on this, but the car that they were helping, Sean Smith, man, he got out front during their street stock race and it didn't have the short run speed. Kind of, I wouldn't say struggled early. He was leading, but
yeah.
just never really started gaining a whole lot. But
Mhm.
man, when they got like 10 laps under their belt with that car was just gone.
Mhm.
I mean, he had like a 4 or 5 car length lead, and then unfortunately lost the right front tire in 1 and
Or
2.
brake caliper, I heard.
Yeah. Well, and ended up losing the right front and then got into the fence, and that
Mhm.
was all she wrote for that race. And then
Yeah.
Lonnie Samir was running second and ended up being the unofficial winner. And then they got to Tech and they disqualified him for something. I don't know what the
Yeah,
official
I think Adam
ruling
told us.
was.
I forgot.
Yeah, he told us, but I forgot what he said. Something with the rear end. Something with the
Yeah.
rear end.
Yeah.
But and then it ended up going to technically what would have been the third place person ended up winning the gun.
Mhm.
But man, talk about what you thought overall for that experience. I mean,
Oh, I mean, we got there, and I mean, I expected to see this, high bank turns and very big. That was an understatement of what I thought it was, because you walk in from the um they have this big gate, and you just walk right in. They also have a tunnel underneath. That way during races you can walk in and out of the pits. But I mean, you get in there, and I mean, you're literally staring up at the turns. Like it's not like
it's like
CNS where
looking
you're
at
standing
Daytona.
there at eye level. I mean, you're looking up at the turns, and it says officially it's a 36-degree banking all the way. I mean, both turns. But the guy we were helping, DG, one of his crew, he took a um
Angle finder.
angle finder. Thank you. I was like, a digital gauge. um and majority of the track is 38. The majority of the turns are 38 degrees, 40 degrees in certain other areas. And I mean, we walked up it, and I mean, it's a leg workout just to walk up it. And then when you're walking down, you're just like, you better have good grippy shoes, because you're just going to go straight down. And
Right.
just the overall atmosphere was awesome. The racing was just amazing. Um, the speeds they're going there with any of the cars that were there. They had compact cars, they had the mods, they had street stocks, they had like the
Super late.
CRA cars, the super late show for the Winchester 400. Um, what else did they have? Oh, what were those like antique looking cars that had like Legend motors in them?
Oh, I forget the exact name of them, but they were like, oh God,
They
they
almost
were,
look like old, like original Indy cars, like
yeah,
the
yeah,
kind of like I don't know. I mean, they were running 8-inch tires, but it's just like the body of like the old, like in the 40s type
Indy
cars,
cars, yeah,
Indy cars,
like model
and they had a
cars.
cage over top of it, obviously to protect anybody. But I mean, it was wicked, and I mean, we were talking to a couple people who were like, yeah, with this motor and this tire, we don't lift. We'll be full throttle the entire
All
way
the way
around.
around.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, the hardest thing to put in perspective about that place, where you watch it on video, YouTube, you'll watch the live broadcast of it, and it looks like they're moving. I mean, you can just tell the speed that they're carrying there. But once you go to see it firsthand, it is unbelievable how fast that racetrack is. I seriously never thought it would have been as fast as it truly is what it was.
Hmm.
And then the fact that the line that they have to run to be fast there as well is the upper third of the racetrack all the way around.
Oh yeah,
Like I
if
said,
you're middle down, that you're
you're
not
not
fast.
fast. Yeah, you're not fast. You're they're called roadsters. Yes, thank you, Johnny.
Thank you.
The roadsters. Um, but just watching them in practice and then watching them to qualify, just try to get everything they can out of that car, and we were like Jake said, we went there to not only just experience Winchester, but we were kind of helping out Derek Griffin this last weekend and getting a lot of conversations with him just about a lot of various things, but just about this racetrack in general. And he's got a lot of laps around that place, and the line that man was running was nobody was running that, like that specific line that he was running, man, like all the way around. It couldn't have been 2-3 inches all the way around
I
that
wish
racetrack.
we could share the picture that he sent us
Oh,
afterwards. It there was a point where he
let
let
me
us
see if I can
listen
pull it
to
up.
he let us listen to his radio, and there was one lap. I mean, he skimmed the wall with his right rear Nerf bar, and it it scared his wife. Like, can you just get off the wall, please? We don't need to be mashing the wall. I know you like riding up there, but let's keep it off the wall one time.
It's true.
Yeah.
There was times where you're just watching it, and not just him, but other people too. Like you're just like butt pucker moments for them because they're so damn close.
Oh
And
yeah.
any false move there, and you're in the fence, like
Hmm.
legit in the fence. There's no coming back from it, and
Yeah.
you don't just I bent the Nerf bar or whatever. No, your car's coming back in a box
Yeah.
just because of the sheer speed.
The CRA Jigs tour was the Friday night show? I think it was the
Yes.
Friday night show, right? Yeah.
Yep.
And what is that guy's name? The kid. He ran both that and the super late model. The one car.
Oh,
Something
I
Klein, I think.
uh, Casey Klein.
Casey Klein, yeah.
Yep.
He was running side by side with Van Meter. And them two for about 15 laps. I mean, you couldn't put a piece of paper between them, and then you couldn't put a piece of paper between Casey Klein and the wall. It was lap after lap. They were just leaning on each other. They weren't banging doors or anything. They were leaning on each other a little bit. But Casey Klein to rim the wall like that, and then not never scrape or touch, and for 15 laps hold it like that. Like, oh my God, that just the talent that takes to run like that. And then I think just Van Meter got a little loose one of the laps. I think he was really trying to push it hard to uh, hit him, and finally kind of gave up too much and got into him and put him in the wall. Yeah, right here.
Yeah, can you see it?
Yep.
I mean, that's just a mere 6 inches, if that, doing like 110 miles an hour.
Hmm.
It's pretty insane. And it just a deeper appreciation for those guys and what they're doing. And in the
Hmm.
super lates, they're even going faster.
Oh
That's the
yeah.
crazy thing.
Ty Majeski, I don't think it was an official full lift. It was a burp of the throttle. It was like, and
Yeah.
it didn't even really sound like he let off the throttle. I think
Mhm.
it was just a quick, just lift the foot, tap the brake at the same time, get the thing to turn, and then boom, right back in the throttle. Like it was amazing.
We spent a lot of time in between the corners watching them go through the corners, and especially in 3 and 4 because we were closest to there. And you're standing there and they're coming down the backstretch and you can hear them coming. And it sounds like a freaking rocket ship the way they're just, I mean, zipping down the straightaway, just, yeah. And then they hit the chip 3/4 away, and then they're in the corner. You're seeing their roof, and they're still not lifting. You're like, lift,
They're like
lift, lift,
they're like 20 feet from the apex by the time they finally lift, and then
lift.
they're just brief off and right back on it.
Yeah. But needless to say, it was an incredible experience. I would highly recommend anybody
Put it on your bucket
um,
list.
to go check it out. If you're looking for just like a weekend of, I want to go watch some racing, and on the cheaper end, it really wasn't all that expensive. I know there's costs of getting to the racetrack, 100% understand that. But if you don't want to go to a cup race and you want to go watch some badass race cars, that's my vote right there.
Mhm.
It's worth the price of admission. Go down in the pits. Like Jake said, there's a tunnel that goes from the grandstand side underneath the racetrack and goes over to the pit area. You can walk back and forth at any point. Go see it up close and personal, and
Mhm.
it's unique. It's a unique place, that's for sure. And there's no it's not smooth by any means. It's got some character to it.
Oh yeah, you can literally see the grooves in the track from the rubber, like where the cars are squatting. It leaves the rubber, and then when the car unloads a little bit, there's no rubber. So yeah, it's wicked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
coming off of turn 4, that's the most difficult part of that racetrack, and everybody that we talked to said the same thing. They're like, "You better have that steering wheel straight coming off turn 4, otherwise you are screwed. That
Mhm.
car is going in the fence."
Mhm.
And they aren't joking, because when you come off of 4, you're 45 degrees, and it's not like the snowball. The snowball, it's got some heavy banking to it, but the straightaways still got like 15 or so degrees to it. Winchester, flat. Like it goes from 40 to flat on the straightaways. Like there's nothing to those straightaways. So
Yep.
when we come off of 4 and there's a little bit of a hump, and the car, you can literally hear it in the motors. They rev up like for a quarter of a second and right back down and heading down the front stretch. Like it's wild.
Mhm.
Absolutely wild.
And there was a couple of guys in the modifieds, and I thought this was a mandatory rule in the um, Midwest Modified Tour series. It was mandatory to run spotters. There was like 3 or 4 guys that were not running spotters that weekend. And it was like, why in the hell would you not run a spotter on this racetrack? The speeds are going, and you don't want to get, especially if you're a car that's just showing up, never been there, so you kind of know that you're not going to be up in the top 10 at least. You know, why would you ever want to not have a spotter racing that and risk being in the way or any, I'm not saying people are terrible, but I mean, just for your own safety that you don't get in front of the leaders because the leaders want to go high. And if you're not paying attention or see the flag man, you're in the way, and
Well,
it's not good to be in the
like
way.
Eric was talking about being predictable,
Yeah.
knowing the tendencies. If leaders are, I mean, they're carrying a 2-second faster lap than you, um, and they approach you and you make the wrong move, and it's a bad day,
Mhm.
a real bad day. And they can't, uh, they don't look at their mirrors. A lot of guys don't run mirrors there because there's just no time to actually, physically look in your mirror. Like
Mhm.
you're so busy and looking at what's going on out in front of you. Like we were talking about with DG, he's like, I don't have time to look out at the mirrors at all. Like I'm just trusting what's going on in my ears
Yeah.
and knowing she's giving me the right information.
Right. Well, and like he was saying, you don't when you're in the corner, you're not looking through your windshield. You're looking through your window net.
Hmm.
He's like, make sure you have a good window net and maybe a little bit of space in between your A post and your window net, because that's where you're looking going through the corners. You're
Yeah.
not looking straight out the windshield. You're looking out that window.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's and a lot of those guys, they don't, it's not like the roofs are super far forward. A lot of guys that run have quite the space, but yeah, they're not looking straight out just in the corners. They're not looking straight out the front. Their eyes are out the corner of the car, and through the A post and the frame of the window. I mean, it's lap after lap after lap after lap. I mean, that's it becomes challenging, right? Like that'd be a hard way to drive. But if that's the only way you can do it, that's the only way you can do it.
Right.
But the race overall was incredible. The modified race, we didn't stay for the 400, but the modified race was awesome. Good battles going on all over the racetrack, especially up front between Trevor Berry and Kyle Purvis and Matt Dimmitt. They were the three best cars for sure. DG blew up in second practice, came off the racetrack, and
Shitty ordeal.
yeah, real shitty
Great
ordeal.
motor, and something let loose, and he was getting water and oil. So lost oil pressure. He ran 20 laps, lost oil pressure, came in, he was steaming. He's like, "Are we smoking? Is something hitting the tailpipe?" I'm like, "No, that's steam." Shit. I mean, he instantly knew. Damn it.
Yep.
So
Yep. Weekend was over for him, which is unfortunate, but like I said, at least we got to watch it. That was the biggest thing for us, is we wanted to go see it, and it was a hell of a show. Especially them last. They had a late caution. Purvis got loose and got into the wall, and it was going to come down to go green, white, checkered. And Trevor Berry ended up winning the first, for him, run for the gun, and super happy for that team. He's a super nice guy. Got to meet him and talk with him for a little bit over the course of the weekend. Super nice guy. Really happy for him. I mean, put in all that work and finally get an opportunity to win that specific race. Not only just a race on the tour, but that specific one. It's incredible feat.
he's been going to that racetrack since 2012 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's his first win. He's like, "I've had every bad luck you can have in that race. Blown motor, wreck, tire blowout, just miss on a setup. Any which way you can lose that race, he lost it, and he finally won one." So
yeah, it was awesome. Needless to say, incredible weekend. Like we said, go if you get an opportunity, you want to go see a racetrack, just for the sheer speed. That's your place. That is absolutely the one place I would put on your bucket list to go check out.
And they sell a weekend pass, so like you're not buying a ticket every day. They just like when we have 2 or 3 day show, you want to pay your 3 days up front, 2 days up front. They'll give you the wristband for that, and yeah, it was no more expensive than what we spend at CNS. So and flights, I mean, our flights, but we drove a rental car from Denver, and it got like 25 miles to the gallon or something like that. I think it was a 12-gallon tank, so I think we stopped 4 times. It was like $30 every time because gas is getting cheaper, and it was cheaper the further east you go. And yeah, I think it costed us maybe $200-300 in fuel.
That was the hardest part, was the amount of hours you spent in the car getting there and coming home.
That was
15
one of
hours.
the bad parts, but it definitely helped on the wallet part.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're looking for, like I said, a cost-effective, most efficient way of getting there, that would be the way to go.
There was a couple people that, "Oh, you're the guys from Colorado? Oh yeah, how did you guys fly in Annapolis or something?" We're like, "No, we drove." "You drove?" Like, "Yeah, it was cheaper." "You drove, how far of a drive was it?" 16 hours.
Yeah.
"You drove from Colorado?" I'm like, "Hey," when we went to the Hot Shoe and the Prelude, that was 18, so we were like, "Hey, we're making out better because it's 2 hours less." And they're just like, "Well, when are you leaving?" We're like, "Sunday morning at like 4 in the morning." "Oh, so you're not even gonna stay for the 400?" We're like, "No, we gotta get home." "You guys are nuts." Like,
Yeah,
yeah, they didn't call race car drivers smart for a reason.
we never said we were smart. We just dedicated.
Yep, exactly.
We wanted to check this shit out, and so we came.
Mm-hmm.
But Absolutely. Incredible weekend. It was a lot of fun. Got to meet a lot of cool people. Uh, the fans too. We were talking with people from all over the place, and guy was from Wisconsin and Indiana, you name it. I mean, there was people all over the Midwest there, and you let them know where you're from, and that exact reaction happens, and it was a lot of fun. So definitely spread the word about local racing here in Colorado. A lot of people didn't know, but
Yeah.
go ahead.
One of the racers that runs the tour, it's Luke Warhurst is his name. He's a DG guy too, and we were talking to him after the race, and we're just asking what he thought of the track and everything. And he asked us, like, "Where are you guys from?" We're like, "Oh, we're from Colorado. We drive modifieds out there." They're like, "Oh, were you the guys that came out to the Prelude and the Hot Shoe?" And we're like, "Yeah, I drove the '89." And he was like, "Oh," he's like, "I that's pretty cool." He's like, "I have a buddy that lives in Littleton, Colorado, and when I saw the roster for both the Prelude and the Hot Shoe, I had called him. I was like, 'Hey, man, there's some guys from Littleton, Colorado that are coming out for these 2 races.'" And I go, "Oh, man, that's so cool." And so we asked him, like, "Well, what high school did he go to?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know." And we're like, "Well, we went to Columbine." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, he did say something about he's the rival high school to Columbine." And we're like, "Oh, he's a chat rat." And I know Brett Marine and his family, they watch the show, and gotta love those chat rats. But yeah, we were like, "Yeah, it's gotta be that or Dakota Ridge," but if he said rival high school, that's the rival high school, so
Yeah,
but yeah,
we
he's
understand.
like,
We were
"Oh,
like,
yeah."
we're not talking to your friend.
Yeah. Like, we enjoy the fact that he's a Littleton guy and he's a racer, at least a race fan. Hopefully, we get a new fan out of that, but he's still kinda, he's down a peg on our stool just 'cause of chat rats.
Yeah, no
We love
kidding.
we love you Marines, but
Oh,
just kidding.
just kidding. Anywho, looking forward to the future here. Like I said, we still have quite a few racers to get through. Um, it was a busy week last week, so we didn't get a chance to actually reach out to our next guest, but we will do so, and then we'll just go ahead and announce it on social media about who's going to be on for the next show. Jake will do some reaching out to, um, who knows, maybe it'll be Curtis or maybe Jared Wall or somebody like that.
Jeremy
Uh,
Wall.
we'll,
Well, I
we'll
guess Jared they won the Trains
the
championship. We could
trains.
get Jared on here. We haven't had Jared on here, so
Correct.
do that.
So maybe we'll have Jake do some reaching out, and then we'll let you all know who's going to be on our next guest. And then once we get through that series, we'll kind of come to a close. Um, Leading up to the enduro race, still got the enduro race coming up at CNS, and this weekend I do believe it's the light. Is it the light show?
Well, yeah, first they got well, Friday night, they got the light show, and then Saturday, but then they got the, awards ceremony on Saturday, so we unfortunately will not be there. I think we said that last week. My cousin looks like Luke Combs, literally looks like Luke Combs,
Mhm.
um, is getting married, so and I am in the wedding, so I can't unfortunately skip that. But the girls, there's no kids allowed at the wedding, so unfortunately the girls cannot go to the wedding. But fortunately enough, they may go to the awards ceremony, so you'll at least see 2 Smiths out there. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be a fun weekend. So everybody that's going to the awards banquet ceremony, have fun. Celebrate the season. It was a hell of a year, goods and bads, but I think a lot of good came from this year, like we talked about last year
Yeah.
or last week, excuse me, not last year. But a lot of good things looking forward to going forward. I do like the fact that they're at least trying something different with trying to get some more entertainment at the track. They did the chill and park or park and chill or whatever a couple of times this year, where get street racers or just hot rods and stuff, get them out at the track and give them a place to hang out at. And with this light show, I heard it's pretty expensive, but I think it's pretty cool that they're trying something different and they're trying to add some more entertainment to the track. So if you guys are able to stay, uh, hopefully that's a fun show. I would hope that maybe they give you a good deal if you're already at the track and you're already drinking and stuff. Like, hey, here for $20, stay.
Yeah.
I'd do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but
and that's a great point. I love the fact that they're trying to bring in some different stuff just outside of just racing. And now that the season's over with, try to get people to keep coming back to the racetrack and enjoy the facility itself. You got the beer garden, so you might as well use it, right?
Right.
And the weather's still going to be good here for at least the next like few weeks. I mean, there's
Mhm.
times where we haven't had snow up into December. So why not utilize the space as best as you can? So hats off to them. Like I said, I definitely like the fact that they're throwing in some after the season entertainment for people to at least go enjoy the racetrack still. Looking forward to seeing what's next. I know that hopefully soon we might get rules stuff because I think the rules were due, was it this week? They extended it. The rule
Yeah.
suggestions was like this
Mm.
week. Something. I'm. It was any day now, or it's already
Yeah.
just passed. Whatever. But
Yep.
maybe we'll get to see some of the rules,
Yeah.
updated rule packages here pretty soon. That would be kind of nice to be able to have
Hopefully,
a whole off season to plan.
hopefully maybe a schedule too. That
That'd
would
be
be great
awesome.
for guys like Eric Reed that want to try and get their schedule together early rather than later. Like that'd be nice.
Yeah, I think that'd be super beneficial.
Mhm.
Like we were talking about with him, word of mouth is slowly, I wouldn't say slowly, word of mouth is getting out there about this place, and people are starting to really recognize this as a pretty predominant racetrack around the country. I mean, look at all the big shows that we had this year, and there's
Mhm.
going to be so many more than next year. So, um, yeah, if you can, you have the ability to be able to get it out there, at least just the tentative dates of what's going to be what. That would be super as well, to be able to circle in some races and look at other opportunities to maybe do some out of town stuff or go to Gearing or whatever, go to the mill. I mean, who knows? It'd just be
Mhm.
kind of nice to have the ability to be able to plan well ahead of time. And I know there's a lot of people out there that would kind of agree with that. So,
Yeah.
with that being said, that's it for me.
Yeah. We also got some information this weekend. I think it was on Facebook, but the Midwest Modified Tour's main sponsor, Wheeler Trucking, is no longer um, being the main sponsor for that series. So the amount of money that it takes to run that series, even though they only did a 5 race series this year, it's the bill is pretty big. Especially you have to pay the track to rent the track, and some of the tracks that they went to, the bill was pretty high, I guess, and just the getting people paid and making sure the purses are paid and everything like that. It added up, and I know Rex is a great guy and he's got the track going on, but I think a lot of the money that he's putting into this track and then everything outside of it with a lot of stuff, it's just starting to hit him a little bit. So, as tentatively right now, the Midwest Modified Tour is not running a season next year. Maybe something might change here in the next couple months that they can maybe announce something or somebody takes it over or what. But as of right now, that series is not racing. They will still hold the hot shoe because that's an Owasso specific race. Well, not an Owasso specific race. That's a Bud Gray thing, but they've moved it to Owasso. But I'm sure Rex Wheeler, with the amount of modifieds it brings, will still hold that race. So that's at least something hopefully to look forward to. But next year, hopefully, there's some tracks that'll hold some big races that we can go out of town and do. But tentatively, the Midwest Modified Tour is not on our schedule for next year, which is a bummer. But
Yeah.
um, for me, before I sign off, hopefully everybody, like I said, has fun this weekend. Um, there was some stuff that we found out this weekend. Not going to talk about it much, other than the fact of we try to bring the most positive energy, and like Eric said, support the racetrack, support the divisions, every single division. There may be some things that we talk about that some stuff happens on the racetrack that we talk about, whether we like it or not. That's our opinion, right? Everybody's got one. Um, we try not to badmouth anybody. We try not to do negative things. A couple years ago, we may have done that a couple times, but we realized this track is our only track. We try to bring lightement and positivity and highlight racers so you can get to know them a little bit more. And, to hear some of the stuff that we heard this weekend, it's like you know, you're going to have your critics. There's people that are going to like your show, people that aren't. That's their opinion. And we value, but also that's your opinion. We don't care what you think of it. You know, that's, you can have that opinion. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're right, but you are allowed an opinion. And, you know, if you don't like it, then that's fine. Totally fine. We're okay with that. But we do like bringing positivity and enlightenment to this track and each division. So, just wanted to throw that out there that, you know, we do this for fun. We don't get paid. We just try to help the racetrack, help the racers, help the divisions, and have some fun with it. So
Absolutely.
pretty much what I would say about that.
No, absolutely. I think you hit the nail on the head. This is just something that we enjoy doing. Just hopefully bring some laughter and some highlights and some fun, and try to make a Tuesday night a little bit better during the long race season. But yeah, so with that being said, we're going to tune off now. Appreciate the support, the shares, the likes, the new subscribers that we got, hopefully, from tonight's show. Tune in next week. We will be back here, and then we'll do it a few more times after that, and then we'll finally get to the end of the seasons for us.
Yep.
So, like Jake said, thank you all once again for the support, and we truly appreciate it. So with that, with me, and this is Hitting the Chip. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will talk to you guys soon. So have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Good night.